Planet Zoo has been rated E10 by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It has been approved for all players aged 10 years and up. Hey there, folks. This is Jack. How you doing? Welcome back to Harmony Point Zoo, which is just clipping right along. It's looking really good. In this episode, we're going to open up a brand new area. It's going to be North American animals. We're putting them over here in this nice, exciting, new, empty area. Got a couple of paths leading to it. We will be separating all the North American animals out from the, the African animals. But I think it's going to work out pretty well. The first animal in our collection for North American animals is going to be the North American bison. It's a classic animal, popular. A lot of zoos have them. Easy to take care of. Let's see, grassland taiga. How many do we have? We have 3, 4, 5. We have 6, 1 male and 5 females, which is a good mix. Let's see how much space 6 bison need, though. They need at least 870 square meters. So I'm going to go over here and borrow a size, what do you call it? Basically, it's a ruler. Let me know how much space they need. I am, of course, going to be giving them more space than they need because, you know, this 25 square meters. So if all I did was do this, 1, 2, 3, 4. If all I did that would be enough space for them if all I did was give them that big rectangle. But I'm only using this as a guideline. I have no idea what I'm going to put over here yet. I know I've got timber wolves planned, or maybe Arctic wolves, both of which are American species. Pronghorn antelopes. I may add pronghorns to the bisons. Cougars, foxes. It's going to be cool. Trust me, guys. Anyway, yeah, so let's just go ahead and start plotting this out. Again, I'm not doing a speed build. You guys asked me not to stop using speed builds, so I'm not going to use them anymore. My plan is ultimately to give them much more space than they need. And I'm going to run them right to the edge. Now, this is going to be much more space than they need. I've already demonstrated that because, you know, they need less than 1,000. The gray squares alone mark out 1,000 square meters, and I'm going way past the gray squares. One of the things that I want to do, I want to come over here and look at the rocks I've got. Because I do want to use some of the rocks to kind of hem them in. Rocks are pretty generic. Whoops. Wow, that was a freak out. But I use the rocks, and I don't have to use so many of the fence pieces. Plus, they look good. Whoops. Let's nip that in the bud. There we go. Okay, back out and come back over here to where we were building, which is right here. Okay. Kidding? The same freaking male, too. You need to go on birth control just in case you get, like, your sister hungry. Hungry? I was looking right at it. Just in case you get your sister pregnant. Ridiculous. Okay. All right. And then I want one more thing. It's getting warm in this room. I've got an air conditioner in here. This room normally is not air conditioned. It's my recording studio started off as a closet, and it's really great for what I use it for and all that number, but it doesn't have air conditioning on its own. So I do have an air conditioner. The thing is, the air conditioner blows right at me when I'm sitting at my desk, which means it blows right at my microphone. Nobody wants that. Okay. I put together a couple of fences for these bison. I think these fences look great. Generally, the North American aesthetic, according to this game, is a lot of wood, a lot of straight beams. You know, Pacific. They basically look at the Pacific Northwest and go, "Yeah, that's North America," and then assume it's that it's going to work for the entire freaking continent, as if Mexico wasn't a thing, as if the south of the United States wasn't a thing. You know, sometimes I really appreciate this game because it's an amazing game, but sometimes I have to wonder what the hell the developers were thinking. It's like all the freaking rain. Well, you know, and I know what they were thinking in the case of the rain. They were thinking, we in Britain are temperate. We get a lot of rain in Britain. Therefore, every temperate area on the planet must also get a lot of rain. Well, yes, but not that much. As I have joked before and will in the past, the last time it rained like that, Noah built himself a boat. We'll adjust the barriers in a moment. Yeah, the air conditioner that I have in here isn't all that loud, mind you, except like I said, it blows directly into my microphone. So if it gets too hot in here, if it starts getting uncomfortable, I probably will turn it on, but I don't know what I'm going to do about the mic. Anyway, let me look at something. It's a good looking waterfall and it would fit, but it's a little too big. Yeah, maybe if I'm using cougars. Okay, let's remember to cut that part out. Okay, we'll just run this fence across the front. And then do some adjustment to the barrier placement. Let me get a drink real quick. Okay. I need a person. You there. Hi. I need to borrow you real quick. Okay, yes. that fence is the right height. Excuse me, jeez. Oh, I just burp in your ear. Just adjusting the barriers so they run along the fence. Once I get the barriers and the fences in place, the actual habitat for the bison is mostly going to be a matter of, hey, let's put down a food dish, let's put down a water dish, some toys, a couple of trees. They'll be just fine. When I said earlier that they were easy to take care of, I meant it. This is an animal that I have encountered up close and personal. When I was in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, which, for anyone interested in military trivia, was the fort from which George Armstrong Custer rode out of when he went to wipe out the Sioux Nation and got his ass handed to him. Make no mistake. I'm not just saying he was justified. I'm just saying that's where he was before he went north. Anyway, I was stationed at this fort, and one of the things they had on the fort was a protected herd of American bison that was being raised on the fort as a means to rehabilitate and reintroduce the species to the wild, which I thought was very cool. These animals, by the way, are really, they're beasts. They're huge. When I saw them up close and personal, I was like, holy shit. I mean, I figured, hey, they're, like wild cows, right? No. Each one of these is like two cows. If you made a single cow out of two cows and made them that bulky and that tall and that muscular, you'd come close to a bison. They are gigantic beasts. Okay, terrain looks good. Shelter looks good. Coverage is okay. Plants are apparently already. I'm going to add more plants, but Okay, it's a good, solid um, habitat for the bison. I almost forgot the most important thing. Let's go look and see if they got a water pipe over here that we can use. Right there. There we go, and I'll put something else here. Maybe the timber wolves. Maybe the puma. Something smaller. But it'll definitely be interesting. Like I said, I'm also considering putting pronghorn antelopes in with the bison. Let's connect this to the animal care because they are already producing enough poop. To be a difficulty. And custodial. Education. We'll come back when we have the education, the talk points and such. Maintenance. Security. Vendors. And veterinary. That's another thing I could always add to this space, and that's staff facilities. Well, we got nobody out to see them yet, but that is because they are out in the middle of freaking nowhere. Anyway, guys, that is our build for the day. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Looking at the various workloads for the staff members. You don't want them to be consistently red because staff members with consistently red workloads tend to quit in frustration. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you later.
There's a solution, you could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through. But you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. Let's run it to grab your shovel. Let's work to do the world's in